y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have a memory plan with me. I am working in my memory planner, which is becoming super thick, but I am still loving this process. So this week, I am going to be doing the last week in April, and I have a ton of pictures pulled out. The paper I'm going to be using is from the Vicki Boutin color study line that I just got from scrapbook.com. This might be one of my favorite paper lines of all time. I am loving it. And then I pulled out a few stamp sets, one from scrapbook.com and a couple from Felicity Jane. So I will always link everything I use down below. If I forget something, make sure to just leave me a comment and I will find it for you. Otherwise, I'm going to put you guys on fast forward. Let's go. One of the things I am truly loving about memory planning is that it's simple enough that I can do it each week. Each page probably takes me anywhere between 30, maybe 40 minutes, and I have documented an entire week. But I also get to use beautiful paper crafting supplies. And so I have always loved paper crafting supplies. They inspire me, the colors, the everything. And this line is one of my favorites, so I'm super excited to get to use it. So I get to dive into paper crafting supplies without feeling overwhelmed like I have to create this massive project. It's a simple 30 to 40 minute entry, and I have really been enjoying it. As always, I generally start out with covering up this sidebar. So this is a big sized happy planner, and this one is intended for memory planning. So it has all kinds of prompts and stuff in it. I just don't really follow those. I kind of just do my own thing. And in July, I'm actually going to be switching happy planners to a regular big happy planner, if that makes sense, like the vertical style happy planner, big, and it's really neutral. All the lines are black. There's nothing to be filled in, no journaling prompts or anything like that. This one has been really good for me to get started. I definitely got it on, I feel like, clearance back in the fall. I had a super sale, so I was able to give memory planning a try, and now that I know I really like it and how I like to work my memory planning, I think a more neutral planner is going to come in really handy. I definitely had to fight the urge to hoard this rainbow paper. I love it. And I knew from the second that I saw it and ordered it that I would be fussy cutting out some of these rainbows. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I am just doing some fussy cutting and creating kind of this scalloped rainbow look. And then I will trim off and make it flat again at the bottom, and then cut out another row of scalloped rainbows. And I'll put those at the bottom of my page. There is going to be a lot of color on this page. That's my style, and I just want to encourage you to go with what you love. If you like lots of color, then by all means go with lots of color. If you like things a little more minimal, if you like florals, if you like whatever you like, definitely go with it. Don't worry so much about whether it's fitting the trends of the time, whether it's following all the rules of balance and color and any of those. You can see I print all my pictures in color, so they are competing with the crafting supplies I use. But this whole memory planning thing kind of started out as just an easy outlet for me to get pictures down, and it's really turned into something I enjoy because I don't worry about everything coordinating so much. So I just go with what's happening in our family. I go with those pictures and put things down on the page. And yes, I like my crafting supplies to coordinate. So for instance, I used some black washi tape to cover up the green lines that were on the page because I wanted a little bit more black on the page, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. And I do like to coordinate them by using a certain line or a certain brand. But other than that, they don't coordinate from week to week. I don't go with what the pictures are. I don't go super themey. I just go with things that bring me joy. I do get a lot of questions on how I print my pictures this size. So I print pictures at home. I have an Epson PictureMate printer, and I will link it below. My husband got it for me for, I think, my 30th birthday. I love it. And I use an app on my phone called Print to Size. And what that app allows me to do is print 4 pictures to every 4x6 photo page. So then I end up with pictures that are approximately 2x3. And the cool thing about print to size is that you can kind of adjust the sizes of the pictures, so you can crop them and really just customize the size that you want. So 2x3 is what fits in these boxes, so that's what I go with. Generally for these particular pictures for my memory planning, I do not do a lot of editing or any at all. I might crop the picture a little bit because these are tiny, so it's hard to see everything that's going on in the picture sometimes. So sometimes I crop it a little bit, but I try to just do the regular picture that I took because I have a good quality camera on my iPhone, and if I took the time to edit all of the photos, it would become an overwhelming process for me, and I want this to be a fun process that is doable on a weekly basis. All right, as you can see, I'm really getting everything down on the page. I trimmed down a 4x6 card that was part of the cut apart sheet from this color study line and fit that into that top area. And I love that it kind of highlights one specific story I was wanting to tell about my daughter's soccer team. And it's cool that it can kind of set apart from the rest of the week. Now, I don't want to waste any of this rainbow paper, so I attached it at the bottom, and then the pieces I trimmed off, I'm going to actually just turn upside down and add some little scallops here and there in some of the other boxes. There is limited journaling space for sure this week, and that's okay. I think the pictures kind of tell the story themselves, and I'll put a few things here and there, but it's okay. Some weeks are like that. Some weeks I have more pictures than others. All right, now I've pulled out the paper pieces, which you guys, I already want to buy another pack of these. I just want to use them all over the place. So I choose the one that says love, love, love this life, and that'll go up in the top corner. These are some big ones. It's divided into a couple different sizes in the package. I started with big ones, and then I looked in the smaller package to see what I could add otherwise. And it's just, I could use this particular paper line every week and be perfectly happy because it's just beautiful. I feel like it was designed for me. It's so colorful, so creation based, if that makes sense. Like, it's all about creating and creativity, and that is kind of my jam. So I loved these pieces. So I picked a few of the big bold ones, and then I can fill in with smaller ones as I go. But truthfully, I really didn't need a lot. There's already a lot going on this page, which I don't mind, but I can tell that if I kept adding, it would be too much. It would be way too much. I like that this piece says simple pleasures because it kind of does the journaling for you, which is awesome. Another way that I'm going to add journaling without actually writing out journaling is through these word Fetty stamps. So these are from scrapbook.com. I think they're so great. And all I'm going to do is stamp them in black ink on white cardstock. And I'm just picking several phrases at a time that I think I'll be able to use. And I'll stamp them out and then trim them out and put them directly on the pictures. So they're not taking up journaling space in the traditional little white boxes that I would normally journal in. But in this way, it's telling little bits of the story here and there just through these phrases, and it goes on the actual picture. It also serves, because it's just white and black, it does ground the whole layout a little bit more, bringing a little bit more toned down look to it, a little bit more white and black instead of color. Brings it down a notch. Not too much. I mean, we're still talking about me here, so we're still not gonna shy away from the color, but I do like adding these little additions. I wish I had the time. I just need to sit and stamp a bunch of these and just have like a little container next to me full of all these phrases, because I would use them all the time. I think this is one of the most versatile stamp sets that I have ever purchased, just because it can be used in so many ways, for cards, for all kinds of things. The phrases that I chose are actually, for the record, remember this, family, love, big adventures, and this was fun. And they just fit the photos perfectly. The next thing I need to address is how I'm going to add the dates at the top. This is an undated planner, the one I start in July, will be dated, so I won't really have to worry about this. I decided not to go too big and bold at the top. I have this Felicity Jane stamp set that has a very cute little heart that fits perfectly, so I'll just stamp a heart above each of the days of the week and then just use a micron pen to fill in the dates. I definitely could have pulled out a stamp with numbers, but I decided I'll just go ahead and handwrite it. No big deal adding in the handwriting. Once I add in the numbers, then my last step is generally adding in journaling lines. I do use a ruler to do that just because I get nervous that I will get all off on my handwriting. So I add journaling lines in the white boxes, and then I will add the journaling onto the page, and this layout will be done. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I do have all of the supplies linked down below, so you can check those out. Heads up, some of those are affiliate links. They do not cost you anymore, but they do go a long way to supporting this channel when you are able to shop those. A huge shout out to my YouTube members. Thank you so much for your support. As a YouTube member, they receive different kinds of perks, including early access to videos and some member exclusives. So if you are interested in finding out more, definitely click that join button below. All right, as I finish up here, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.